could use as thread. They could turn that into string and lacing. The leaves they could weave into baskets, matting, whatever. When it blooms, it'll send up about a 5-foot tall stalk. The flowers make a very nice hot tea. And this is true of all your yuccas, agaves, and cactus. The flowers make a very nice hot tea.
Now, why when they send up their stems, do they tend to die off? Is it too much water? Or?
Well, these guys don't.
Okay.
The
ones
yuccas,
on my ranch do.
The yuccas or the agaves.
Well, they look
These
just
guys.
like this, and then they send up that 5-foot stem, and they're so beautiful, huh? And then the next time you look at them, I mean, the whole plant's dead.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, is that just their
I've never
reach
noticed
for the
that.
heavens? And
Yeah. I've never noticed that.
every
with
one
the
of them
agave.
on my ranch do that. And then, I mean, they're dead. In 2 years, you can just knock them over with your foot.
Let me show you a couple of the stalks. Maybe it's the agaves, because the agave does that. But these guys don't die. The root you can break up into water and make soap. Use it to cleanse yourself, your clothing.
Nothing goes to waste.
Nope.
Mother Nature provides.
Creator gave us everything we need out here to survive, including food and medicine. Yeah, I'm more about the food. My wife is learning more of the medicine plants. I know a lot of the basics, pain relievers and that type of thing. All the good plants for dysentery.
Now, do you get that alligator juniper growing out here? I have it, and it burns
Yeah.
as hot as oak.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful wood too. Great furniture. Off on the right, you see a bunch of rocks in a cage. This is very dry country. Some of the rocks have been known to jump up and try to knock the water bottles out of our visitors' hands. To protect our visitors, we cage up the bad rocks.
My God.
Some people believe they're trail markers. I'm pretty sure they're bad rocks. Every now and then I like to hear a yippee, yee-haw, yippee-ki-yay. This is nothing but a walk in the park for you guys, I imagine.
Actually, I have a road on my property, honest to God, exactly like it. I just don't take the 1-ton up it, but I take the Toyota up it all the time. And then all my neighbors, when they get new tires and have their Jeep fixed, they're like, hey, can I go up your road? And yeah, come on.
This is called a stair climb. What the American Jeep was built for. It's not a fuel economy vehicle, it's a workhorse or a play toy, depending on what you're doing.
Are
with
these
it.
the 6-cylinder ones?
Yeah.
So they're the best ones
Best
to have.
motor they made. I've never rolled a Jeep, private or commercial. I put my own private Jeep into some very interesting no-crap positions. But if you don't try, you don't learn. How about this guy on our left here, Chris? Is that what yours does?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
We do have this one. No, you're right.
So what is this now?
This is agave.
This makes the tequila, doesn't
I was
it?
gonna say tequila.
It's the
Well, you wanna
cousin.
get
It's
some?
the cousin to
Some
the
browse.
blue agave, but yeah.
Yeah, the blue agave is what they use in Mexico.
Yep.
We have these right on the property. But
I like
they
Toffees.
they put those stems on the rain,
Yeah.
and then they just die.
Yep. Yeah.
And they grow fast.
They do.
One short
We've-
season, that
we've got
stem
one
grows.
right up here where we're going. There's one in the process of blooming, but they only bloom once in their life.
Oh, really?
This stalk will grow on the average 3 to 6 inches a day, depending on the amount of
Yeah,
water
it's
and
real
nutrients.
fast.
8 to 10. My wife and I measured one a few years back, 13 inches in 24 hours.
You know, I've never thought about measuring that, but they're fast.
They put so much energy into sending up this stalk to reproduce, they immediately start to die from the bottom up. 2 to 3 month process, start to finish. And the one you're going to see up here, you'll understand why when I say this. till this thing's about 8 feet tall. Everything about it says I am a giant asparagus. At about 8 feet, the branches open up, and then it'll be covered in bright yellow flowers. By the time you see the flowers, the base is dead. Again, 2 to 3 month process, start to finish. My reasoning for why they die, they reproduce in 2 ways. They'll send out tens of thousands of seeds. They also send runners out underneath the ground. So
Really?
generally, look over here on your right. Generally, they grow,
Oh, yeah.
in clusters.
Clusters.
So you'll see them, I mean, huge clusters sometimes. So if they didn't die, I figure we'd be overrun by them. They're known as the cowboy killer. Here's a bunch of bad rock that got religion.
Yeah. Where I live, the cowboy killers are any cowboy still cowboying at 50 and try to jump a ditch in the summertime, and their friends find them 2 or 3 days later. We bury a lot of cowboys where I live. Honest to God, there's always a funeral.
Can you
for
smell the
cowboys.
roses?
Is that bees?
Yeah. Called the cliff rose. And when they bloom, they fill the forest with the smell of roses. So here's some of the alive agaves here. That's why it's called the cowboy killer. Imagine falling off your horse, becoming impaled. We'll be able to check that guy up close and personal here in a minute. Let me know when it's safe to open my eyes, Chris.
Used to have an old friend of mine, always drink and drive. It killed him in the end, but he'd say, "Look, you watch, I'll drive." That was your Uncle Bill.
Yeah.
Here you see a rock group formerly known as Rolling Stones. Coming up on the left, you are going to be seeing a very deep hole in the ground, 60 to 100 feet deep. We'll go up on top, we'll get out and look at it, talk about it. We ask that you please remain full body length from the edge. That way, if you fall onto the ground and not into the hole.
Look at this.
Anybody falling into the hole requires me to do a lot of paperwork, and I hate paperwork. It is easier for me to lose
So,
everybody.
has this been quarried, sir?
Nope.
No.
That's a pretty standard question.
I